Watashi Dilek, everybody. Today I am going to talk about how to do study in our daily life. I have discussed this with my friends, and many of them they were asking me, what do you have an explanation from Buddhist perspective? So, according to the Buddhist perspective, it has given an analysis. There are three folds of vessels. If you keep your vessel upside down, then if you want to put the water, you would not able to fill up the water inside. So similarly, when you do study in a classroom, when you do homework in your rooms, if your mind wanders somewhere else, or you are sleeping at classroom, physically you are presented in the classroom, but mentally you are absent. So it is very important, both mentally and physically should be presented when you are engaging in any kind of studies. Then second thing is, if you keep your vessels right side up, and if your vessel is dirty inside, then if you fill up the water, then water will be like a contaminated, or it will be a poisoned. So similarly, uh, if you are doing a study but you don't have a good intention, or if you do not have a good motivations, then whatever the knowledge that you have acquired, whatever the knowledge that you have learned, so that kind of knowledge is going to be a disasters. It might be a misuse, or it might be create a trouble to your societies and communities. Uh, if you look at our human mind, um, our human mind is very powerful. If you look at the elephant body and human body, elephant body is bigger size than human body, but we human beings are dominating to the elephants because we have such a powerful uh, mental states, and right from the beginning, we have such a sharp and powerful mind. At top of that, we are educating to our mind, and our mind is becoming more and more sharper. So if you use that kind of powerful mind uh, in a destructive way, then that is very disaster. Then third thing is that, even you keep your vessel right side up and there is no dirty inside, but if you have a leakage at the bottom, then even you try to fill up the water will be leaked. So similarly, uh, uh, when you do study, if you do not do any kind of revisions, if you do not do any kind of rehearsal in your life, then whatever the knowledge that you have learned in the classroom, uh, you will be forgotten everything. As a teacher, I have noticed that when I teach in my classroom, I feel that my student understands everything. The next very day, if I ask the same question, whatever I taught to them, then students have nothing to say. So that means, they are doing a good study in the classroom, but after the classroom, they are not doing any kind of revision in their life. So that means, whatever the knowledge that you have learned from your classroom, you are not able to store them in your memory. So as students, it is very important in your life that you have to do the practice of revision and rehearsal again and again. And I want to make another point. Uh, it's very important. It has described in many textbooks from the ancient Indian, like classical scholars from the Nalanda University, they have emphasized again and again that as a student, when we are engaging in any kind of studies or any kind of new field, it is very important to be unbiased. If you are biased, and if you are very biased with whatever the knowledge that you have, then if you try to study something new, you will not able to get the essential meaning of that particular teaching and that particular lessons like that. One time I was an audience of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. At that time, I was approaching to uh, learn a subject of science in my life. That was the first time in my life. At that time, I was with many scientists. At that time, His Holiness Dalai Lama addressed to the monks, and he said, "You monks, now you are going to study a new field, science. Okay, and if you are biased with whatever you have learned for 20 years, more than 20 years, if you feel that, whatever you have learned is the best knowledge in the world, then you are biased. Then you would not able to learn the essential meaning of scientific finding." This is what His Holiness Dalai Lama said to us. So when you do study, when you read a new books or new chapter or new topic, I think it is very important we have to be unbiased as a student. This is what I wanted to say, and that's all. Thank you.